It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Here's your host, Abby Dyer.
Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. It is July 17th, and we are talking about summertime heat as we head into the new work week. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. We did have some storms around here in the Ozarks, and got more of those in the forecast as we head into the work week. A few out in the overnight hours, strong, not severe, but I don't think we're dealing with a lot of that as we go through the course of the afternoon today. However, I can't rule out some isolated shower and thunderstorm activity even as we begin work week on your Monday. So there's a lot to talk about today. We will get right into it. Really, the heat is going to take the headlines, though. I mean, oppressive heat back in the forecast this week. Today, not as bad as most of the days, but even today, I've got mid 90s in the afternoon forecast. We could see a heat index value near 100 today. So keep that in mind. It is going to be another hot week in the Ozarks. Primarily sunny today. However, I do have a few stray storms that are possible in the forecast. We're talking about those summertime afternoon thunderstorms where it rains. It pours for a short period of time, but it doesn't rain all day anywhere. And we should dry up relatively quickly if you do get one of those pop up storms. I'm thinking today about a 30% chance to see some of that rain activity. So most stay dry in the forecast on Monday. Also, I think most see the mid 90s and most numbers around 95 degrees for that afternoon forecast today. It is going to be another hot one, another nice day for the pool. Wind's not too bad today. We have some of those stray storms, but that's really the only hazard that I have you to look out for in the forecast. Triple digit heat index values then arrive easily by Tuesday. In fact, our actual temperatures may make it to the triple digits this week as early as Wednesday. It is going to be oppressive across the Ozarks with those heat values. It's that big ridge of high pressure. I was talking about it last week. It's back. What's happening is this big ridge, it's expanding and inching over into our part of the country. So it's not just us here in the Ozarks that's going to be talking about this heat dome this week. I mean, it's most of the South. This thing has been dominating, totally dominating the Southwest. We've been hearing about record high temperatures out there, and this is a really powerful ridge that just is not going to break down easily. It's not going anywhere without a fight. And this week will prove that. It inches a little bit to the east. That's why we're seeing a spike in temperatures for us in the Ozarks starting Tuesday. But the result here is that we're going to see those heat index values bumped up into the triple digits Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And as I said, actual temperature values may top the century mark by the time we get to Wednesday. It is going to be incredibly hot. Afternoon heat index values, the headlines here between 100 and 110 degrees. Heat advisory may be necessary for some of this week, but this is excessive heat. It's not something that you want to mess around with. So please remember to limit the hours outdoors. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., hottest hours of the day. Of course, never leave the kids in the car, never leave the pets in the car, vehicles unattended for any amount of time. It's just too hot. Take frequent breaks if you absolutely have to be outside. Find some shade. Make sure you have plenty of water with you. And it's just going to be a hot week. So we're having another one to get through here. I wanted to give you some of those reminders of the heat safety rules. I then see the potential for a few scattered storms that are a bit more widespread than what we'll have today. That comes into play in the forecast both Thursday and Friday. And thankfully, with those storm chances, we see the ridge back off a little bit. So temperatures, they'll slide down a little bit, hopefully in time for the weekend. So it's not quite as hot for the end of the work week forecast in the weekend, but it's still going to be very warm across the Ozarks. The forecast that I have for you, it's for today, 94 degrees for that high temperature. Maybe some cloud cover. Again, the potential for a stray isolated thunderstorm. However, the most of the Ozarks stay dry. 30% chance for rain in the forecast today. Then temperatures skyrocket. By Tuesday, we're upper 90s. We're pushing 100 by Wednesday. And then we've still got mid and upper 90s in the forecast on Thursday. But we do open the door to some storm chances on Thursday and Friday. And as you can see there, we're going to be heading back into the 80s as we head closer to Friday and Saturday. And by that time, Ooh, the 80s are going to feel nice and cool. All right, time for that wake up weather brain twister for the day. And I wanted to show you the question that I left you with last week. I saw a lot of guesses on this one. It's always kind of fun to look at the responses. Question that I left you with on Friday: which of the following town names actually exists? The options were A, Achu; B, merry-go-round and round; C, St. Louis, do ha ha; or D, just passing through. So many folks taking a guess. And if I were guessing on this question, if I didn't know the answer, I would also guess A. However, that is not the correct answer. The correct answer is C. It is St. Louis, do ha ha. And if you're thinking, well, how can that be? I got the backstory for you. I got the scoop. I looked it up, had to do a lot of Googling. This is actually in Canada. You can find it on a map. It is in Quebec. And I do not speak French, so apologies for how I'm about to pronounce this, but it's actually Saint Louis du Ah. I'm not going to do that again. I'll just do that one time. But it refers to a nearby lake, and the for what else looks like ha ha exclamation point. That means hazard in French. So they saw this lake as an obstacle or a hazard when the French settlers were first, exploring that area. There was this hazard where they couldn't cross part of the town. So hence the that is the hazard part. And then the Saint Louis, that is a reference to the French settler who went there. And then it's also in the Guinness Book of World Records. Can you believe that? The Guinness Book of World Records has given this town a record for having the most exclamation points in a town name. There are two. The only other town name in existence that I could find is in England, and it has one. So, in the Guinness Book of World Records for the double exclamation point, and it is also the answer to the weather brain twister for the day. So now you know. If you want to visit, let us know how it is. Sounds kind of nice. There's a lake. We know that. All right. I'll leave you with the question for tomorrow. Where was the hottest temperature on Earth recorded? Do you think it was A, in Libya, B, in California, C, in Iran, or D, in Mali? I will have the answer for you early tomorrow morning on Wake Up Weather, but you can submit your guess over on the Around the Ozarks Facebook page if you want to take a stab at it. And I'll have the answer for you on Tuesday morning. I hope you have a great afternoon. Everybody finds a way to stay cool. And if you need up to the minute weather information all day long, you can find that on aroundtheozarks.com. Have a great afternoon.